yo, man, this film's been delayed quite a lot. I think it's about 6 times it got delayed. And we got film Morbius here. You know, Jared Leto as Morbius, Michael Morbius. What can we say? To be honest, I walked in and thinking, you know what, I'm just going to take how it is. You know, I think online a lot of people have just kind of followed the crowd because, to be honest, it wasn't that bad.
To me, my perspective, since Spider-Man's come out, everyone's expectation is up here. To me, I have one rule in life: expectation leads to disappointment, and so many people are disappointed. They slated it, but generally, I look at any movie, just go in to enjoy. Try not to set the bar too high because you're always going to feel disappointed. No Way Home, everyone expected, they wanted a lot more. This great movie, but so many people wanted so much more, and I'm thinking, just be happy with what you got.
Yeah.
And this, to me, it delivered. But for me, I think they changed a lot of the comic book stripped way, as Sony do. Most people don't like Sony MCU, but for me, I can live with it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's been changed. I haven't read the comics mine, but you know, I've spoken to people that have, and they said there's a few things that have been changed. And I guess it's the filmmaker rule where you can do a little bit, you can change a little bit and do things differently, which is fine. You know, sometimes things don't work.
Keeps changing, isn't it? So
yeah, exactly. And you know, you need to work with what material you got, but have a more kind of a realistic approach where it comes to the moviegoer, as in the mass moviegoers. So I get that. But watching the trailer again after I watched the film and thinking, where was this? And why is it different? You know what I mean? It felt like, obviously, yeah, it's a vampire movie. You know, and they must have, I don't know, did they get the person who worked on Buffy on that? Because, bro, like, some of the stuff looked like it was from Buffy, which I love Buffy, don't get me wrong, I love it. It's just kind of like, it felt like it was made in like 2003.
I do think, obviously, because of all the delays and everything, I think some of the dialogue got recast and rescripted. Because I've heard this about, even happened with Spider-Man No Way Home. I've heard it's happened about the new Doctor Strange. I had quite a lot to change, and obviously this movie was supposed to come out, what was it, a year and a half, nearly 2 years ago?
Yeah, a long time ago. And the way it's been pushed back, and obviously other countries, it's not even coming out, which is, you know, Sony know that they have a film that no one's going to be interested in, but it's still going to make money regardless. But it's just a really interesting one because I wasn't bored. Like, the film was not even that long, only like an hour and 45 minutes, but everything was there for a purpose. Mm-hmm. And it was kind of like, you know what I mean? I walked out, I was with you and I was thinking, I don't know if anyone's just hadn't actually seen the film.
Yeah.
They just, let me just review it. I mean, like I said, it's not great by all means, but it's not bad, man.
It's not bad, and I think, like we just said about, there's part of the movies that they've had to change with delays, with movies changing whenever they come out. Because if the movies came out originally how they were supposed to come out,
yeah,
none of these universes make any sense. So I do believe it's been chopped and changed. I don't know if people were watching the old version, but this movie just flows. Like, the dialogue into it is very straightforward. I don't feel like it's like the other movies made by Marvel at the moment. Like, as I said, Prime One, the Venom movies, I feel like there's a little bit of dialogue, you have one boss fight, movie's done.
Yeah.
I don't feel like this movie, this is like a journey between what's happened at the beginning with his best friend Milo,
yep,
and it's gone through the movie. There's been only one direction, so that was acceptable for me.
I mean, we have, like, you see, even speak about the characters, Milo as well, obviously not played by Matt Smith when he's younger, but the older Milo played by Matt Smith, and you know, he's working with a script that's not very good.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, he's a great actor, and you know, I mean, he's the villain of the film, so it's kind of like, right, he fell out of him because he won't give him the serum that he's created that turned Jared Leto into a vampire. And I guess it needed that sort of family dynamic to work. And obviously, there's a few things where Matt Smith does, and it's a bit fucking stupid, but what can we do? I know it's been chopped and chewed as much as anything really that I've seen. And obviously Jared Leto, man, he can't catch a break for anything at the moment.
Yeah.
But his performances, swell. He was a vampire, and I guess he played it quite well. He did look the part. It's just one of those films where it's done and you won't go back to it unless you're a hardcore fan of the actors or whatever.
For me, I've said this about most of the MCU. I've not really went back and watched many of the movies twice, 3 times. No Way Home I've actually watched a few times.
Have you?
Yeah.
Nice.
But it's been one of those movies like straight away I did not read too much into what this movie was about, so it was quite refreshing. I think that's what's said about the expectations. Some people don't know what they're expecting, but they've set the bar way too high.
Way too high.
And I think this is quite a digestible film. The direction's fine with me. The cop, Tyrese.
Oh yeah, to be honest, Tyrese, he got that character on lock, man. With Tyrese, it's kind of like he didn't do much, but you know who he is as an actor. So yeah, I don't know why they picked him to play the cop, but I guess it kind of worked for everyone else. Yeah. I mean Tyrese, he's not in that much. He could have done a bit more, but again, the film just plods on, and you're just wondering, is this the film everyone's bashing about? Because I've seen work, bad comic book films, but I wouldn't put this in the pile of bad, nor would I say it is good. But it's just, it's a hard one to sit down and be like, okay, this was bad, this is bad. Yes, it has bad parts, and it kind of makes no sense either where on the timeline it is. But I guess the director as well, he did a Q&A a few days ago, or like a week or so ago, and he kind of ruined the movie for everyone. I don't know why he did that. I didn't read too much into it, but I guess where we have, what is it? What's his name? Michael
Keaton.
Yeah, you got Michael Keaton as well, and you think in the trailer he's gonna be in the film. He's gonna play a good character, he's gonna play an important character in the film. It goes nowhere, and the fact that he's not actually, he's in it final credits, and then it kind of makes no sense. And he's in the first post credits, and in the second one you're like, I've never seen anyone do that before, in obviously Marvel films. I've never seen it, and it both obviously the first one he just goes into the cell. He's like, oh, I hope he's got better food, it's normal to him that he's fallen into some sort of alternate universe, which is funny. But then you're like, okay, cool, and then
this is how I've seen it. The movie must have got re-scripted, because obviously we're talking about the post credits here. It's a movie that's given a lot of misdirection. How I'm looking at it, the movie released 2 years ago when it was originally, that ending makes no sense. So that's obviously been re-scripted now in the last couple of months.
Yeah, I mean, with the whole, in No Way Home, when you got to open the portal up and you got all the people coming out.
Yeah.
And then obviously they added it into this as well, and it kind of why does it look different? It looked kind of different, but obviously we know what it was. It's kind of cool that they've done that. But again, it's the placement of the characters and everything like that. It's just
it's misdirection. I think they've used a big name. They've used the Vulture, because everyone's just like, we've got to get our cameos.
Yeah.
You get a cameo, but it's for 30 seconds.
It is, and it's even when you in the second post credits you have that Vulture and Morbius meeting up, and you the way they're speaking to each other as well. Oh, we can do good. We can take down Spider-Man, but what Spider-Man are we talking about? Garfield's, or not even obviously not Tom Holland's, but it must be Garfield's. It must be
I think this is the direction that they're pointing at. You don't know which universe right now they're talking about. Obviously, the cameo shows that it would be Holland for the first of the Tom Holland trilogy. But then again, because the worlds have reopened up, it's just this character's been pulled out of the dimension, and wham, he's in. But the funny thing, he's fixated in the universe. So I'm just like,
Yeah.
what has set? Because generally, how the other movies went, these people had to go back to their original universe.
Yeah. How is he still there?
So this is the same kind of thing as how the Venom ending for
No Way Home.
Carnage.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
It's exactly the same. So which universe are we getting? It's misleading, but in a sense, what Sony got up their sleeve? That's what I'm wondering, because I know there's cameos happening in the new Doctor Strange. So maybe that's going to give an insight into things. Who knows? Which character are they going to bring back next?
Yeah, exactly, man. Even speaking about it, it's a headache, bro. Because you have all these unanswered questions, but yeah, you can see where the heart's in the right place, and to engage the audience. But for me,
We've seen people get up and like watch the credits. And that's sometimes I'm like, these could be the same people that are slating the movie, and you're not even staying for the credits. Every Marvel fan knows.
Yeah, exactly.
Stay for double credits.
I know, even if it's Sony, But yeah, man, it was just, I liked it. Not great. Would I watch it again? Probably not. But am I here for more? Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I'll see what they do with it. But again, slated. Bit too bad. Like, it's too much slating, which I don't get. And obviously, Jared Leto, he did a a Cineworld post about buying tickets and that, and it's funny because he's wearing like a North Face jacket. So I think he's got to his end of his line with it. I think he just wants it to come out. He wants it, he wants it to be done with.
Well, you got to think that they're all like set to a contract.
Yeah.
I wonder if that contract did expire, because for me, we've seen it with loads of other people. They want the movie out.
Yeah.
So this has been a 2-year delay. I think even in the original trailers, there was supposed to be Spider-Man posters.
Yeah. Murder and stuff. So.
Which I'm still very much confused, because how many trailers have been over the years?
Yeah.
It's the direction's a bit I think that's probably why it's getting bashed, because people's expectations up here. They're a bit confused where it's supposed to sit in, because this was supposed to be the first. This was supposed to be before No Way Home.
Yeah.
So I would have been guessing that Morbius could have had a cameo in No Way Home, but obviously COVID hit. They've had to go back to the books, and I think they did multiple scenes, didn't they? They said there was a lot of stuff recorded. None more went into the final cut.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Films are 15. Don't know why. Not really gory. Action's cool, but I wouldn't say it needed to be a 15. Maybe if they wanted to make it a 12, they could have made more cuts, but I don't know. It's a 15. Guys, I would say check it out. You don't have to, because there's like loads of stuff online about it. So I would say, do what you like. We're here for reviews, but we just chatting. We're just chatting about films, and we don't want to put people off films. See what you like. You like what you like, but
to me, if you're a Marvel lover, go see it. But always don't be deluded. Don't start listening to the internet. You don't have to listen to us. Just got free will. To me, it's a digestible movie, but don't expect too much. Don't expect all your cameos, because you're not going to get it. Simple as.
Yeah.